Hi guys, it's Kathy. I hope you're doing well. I know I shouldn't say this within the first 7 seconds, but I don't care. Holy shit, guys. Okay. You know how I said this week, just this week, I need to go to some YouTube judges instead of the other judges. I need the Judge Simpson, blah blah blah, and Judge Middleton tells a story, and I need that to make YouTube happy. I have to make YouTube happy right now. Holy cow. What are the chances of me picking Monday to start going to YouTube again to find this clip? Zero. There's zero chance that this happens. And oh my God, it happened. And so there's way too much for me to try to describe what had previously happened. So if you haven't seen what previously happened, I tried to think about how I could bullet point and list all of the crazy, and I can't. So today's stream, the first part is a best of. So I'm replaying a stream that I played in the past. I had to because there's no way to summarize. You may have seen her on another channel before too. I think it was, I think it was August. I don't know. It was months ago. But you didn't see what I have because I had those 2 police body cam videos that I got that no one else had. And she's freaking out the cops. I have her Facebook. I have the complaints in some of her lawsuits and how she's going to shoot a dog or dogs. She wants to shoot dogs, although she's in love with dogs and she fosters dogs. She wants to shoot dogs. Anyway, and children. She's crazy. She's mean. I don't know which word to put in this next sentence. She had a lawyer husband, and he is also in the lawsuits, and he is also ridiculous. He's a lawyer, and he has no idea he has no idea about the rules of court, but he sure wants to tell the judge the rules of court. So if you've already seen this with me the first time, play around in chat, buckle up, talk to people in chat. I didn't do this. Ugh. Anyway, then we're going to get to the update that happened today. Now, she is also in a trial 2 days from now, but I don't know if I can get it. I don't know. They say the judge's name. I'll point it out when they say the judge's name, and you guys can tell me if you know where I can get this judge, because I haven't been on YouTube in a while. I'll just do my own judges. So maybe this judge is common. It should be in Thurston County. If it's in Superior Court, I don't think I can get Thurston County Superior Court live stream, which sucks. Anyway, just buckle up. Here we go.
Petitioner in 23-000378. Mr. Eden is the
Shannon Party puts the party in all of this. Don't worry.
Respondent. And then in the case 23-00435, Mr. Eden's the petitioner. Both parties are respondents. In that case, this isn't a new situation. Well, somewhat new to me, I think. Right. Both Mr. Eden and the parties have been listed as petitioners and respondents in a few cases in the past involving each other. No permanent order has been entered. As far as I can tell, feel free to, either party can stand to correct me. The last time you were in court was in Okay, let me double check this. Well, there was a case that was filed in November 17th, but it looks like that was dismissed. I think the last time folks were actually in court speaking to the judicial officer was in August. And so a lot has been filed. Some of the things predate the August filing, which I think has already been litigated. I'm not too interested in any of that. Although I did review what was filed, some videos, which frankly a lot of videos don't reflect well on any of the parties who are in front of me here today. But Ms. Pardis, and I'll start with you first. You're the petitioner on 23-000-378. Can you
Thank you, Donald.
Do you swear and affirm the information and testimony you
Thank you,
the whole
Leaders.
truth and nothing but the truth?
I do, Your Honor.
You can put your hand down. And how is it that you need an order against Mr. Eaton? And like I say, what I'm going to be interested in is things that have happened since the last time you were in court. I think a judge made a ruling, pretty much the things up to there. Go ahead.
Everything I've submitted to you has been recent. It's not any old stuff. This is a continuing, ongoing issue. Mr. Eaton doesn't stop.
I would like you to testify as to the specific things that are in the record. So just tell me what's been going on out there.
When I try to leave our home, Mr. Eaton has a sign up above with these bright lights flooded right at the exit of our driveway on a fence that he put up illegally in the beginning of the year. It just and it's just to annoy. There's chairs there. You can't see when you leave. When we're trying to leave, he throws up his middle finger, calls me a fucking cunt. Try to go out of the driveway like I've written to you, 15-year-old kid in the morning, going to school, and he's out there screaming, call me a fucking cunt, and giving us the finger. Last week when I was trying to take a kid to school, I don't even know if I've had a chance to write this to submit it. As we're passing his house, it's 5:43 in the morning. I'm taking the kid to school because he goes early for gym. And this guy's up in his house as we're passing with a spotlight, spotlighting us through the window. Do you know how bright a spotlight is? And besides the fact that Mr. Eaton knows that I have a light disorder and a sensory disorder to that, as well as noise, and he keeps on. It's childish, Your Honor. He's mad about his land disturbance issue, and he keeps trying to create some issue where I haven't spoken to him, talked to him, nothing since before summer of 2022. All of these incidents are simply Mr. Eaton either running out of his driveway, running down the road, anything at my kids. The kids leave the front door. He's out there yelling, calling him a fag and giving him a finger. We have a locked gate to keep away from him. We go to the gate. There he is giving us the finger. The video I submitted to you, giving the finger. The man cannot leave us alone. He drives past the house to give him the finger. Matthew was home the other night by himself. He went to empty the fireplace ashes in the garbage can that was up by the road because the garbage hasn't come yet. And I get home and Matthew says, Mom, I'm just emptying the ashes. And he drives past, giving me the finger, yelling, fuck you. He's 12. 12. Mr. Eaton does not live in a family home. He lives in his mother's house. He's not a resident of this community. He doesn't care about this community. And he's angry because we have to file a land use action because he filled in an entire hill and it's now flooding my property. So not only am I subjected to his torment every day when I try to go to the grocery store, get my kid to school, I can't even have a caregiver now.
Breathe, woman. Do you know why the kids have to go to school early for gym class? Why he does? And you want to know how I know? Because they failed gym one of the years. And they had to retake it. And they have to still take gym. So they have to take 2 gyms. They have to go in early. Very, very, very freaking early to make up the class that they failed. Right, Anthony? Right, Tiffany? Right, Victoria? All 3 of them. All 3 of them. All 3 of them failed gym. Same year. So the next year I had to go in early for a whole year. It sucked.
will not send out a caregiver because he keeps harassing my care people. What gives him the right to yell at my guests, my company, my care people, my medical professionals? And I have to go around and protect all these? I can't. He will not stop. He's at that driveway over the hill all the time. So now I cannot, I'm supposed to have surgery. I need care people and they will not come here. I'm in the middle of that. The one guy's so afraid he won't even make a statement because he doesn't want Mr. Eden to know where he lives or who he is. And now I have to deal with Adult Protective Services because I'm a vulnerable adult. They have to come out here because the caregivers won't come out because Mr. Eden won't leave him alone.
She's vulnerable, guys.
This is new. This isn't old stuff. This isn't his BS saying that I don't behave or I've done this and that. This is all just recent. Even yesterday, he's still up there. Finger, music, noise. Who runs? One, we live in a residential neighborhood. This guy runs his dump truck for up to an hour at a time, filling it full of noise and diesel smoke. I mean, it's awful. Fine, I'll take care of that. But in the interim,
she's right. He does run his dump truck. Because you know how I know this for a fact? I don't live in Washington. How am I supposed to know what this guy does with his dump truck? Let me tell you how I know, guys. If you go on her Facebook, I don't know if it's still there. It was there months ago when I got the second clip. She has post after post after post of her just filming the dump truck sitting there idling. It doesn't stop.
By not giving me an order, it's subjecting our kids to constant emotional abuse.
Did you have any additional witnesses you wish to have testify?
I don't know no offense, Your Honor, but I haven't exactly felt heard by you. So no.
Okay, I'm going to stop you for a second. You haven't been in front of me. Ma'am, stop, please. Yeah, you haven't been in front of me. I haven't heard any of these cases. So you're not offending me because I haven't decided any of these cases. So don't worry about that. But I just want to clarify that I wasn't the judge who sat in any of these cases.
But I didn't drag anybody down here because I didn't think that you would let them be heard.
Okay. So let me hear from Mr. Eden. Mr. Eden, could you raise your right hand, please? Do you swear and affirm that testimony you provide will be the truth, the whole truth?
Oh yeah, he's gonna tell the truth. Don't worry. Actually, he lies. And the judge catches him. Anyway, this is the neighbor. Okay? Right here. This is the neighbor. This is her lawyer husband. Try to pay attention to what he looks like. Because she has another court case coming up that we're going to see. And that happened still today for me. Today, we'll see. Just try to pay attention to what he looks like.
Nothing but the truth?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, and you're asking for an order against both parties. I'll hear from you, and again, on new information, things that that have happened since the last time you were in court, again, with regard to both parties, and then you can respond to what Ms. Pardee had said, and then Ms. Pardee, I'll come back to you, and you can, I'll allow you to respond to what I hear from Mr. Eden. And Mr. Pardee, he's listed as a respondent, so I can hear from him also in the case brought by Mr. Eden. So Mr. Eden, go ahead. You've been sworn, so
yes,
I'll hear from you.
Obviously, you can see what I'm dealing with. I think we should call all those people in. Absolutely. They need to be, if they're their witnesses, they need to be here present for this because none of this has happened. 99% of the stuff that she has told the courts today has happened. I have not done any of these things.
So hang on just a second. I did see some video, which what appeared to me is you, for lack of a better term, giving her the finger. I mean, did you not see?
Is that my cell phone or is that the finger?
It looked to me like the finger.
Going up my driveway the day I got a film?
You was there, it looked like when I saw it.
On the 29th.
When you were, and again, I can't remember the date right now, but
it was the 29th.
It looked like you were walking.
Yes, it was the 29th. I was at Lana's, her neighbors.
And I saw something with some cell phone too.
Yes, the neighbor locked herself out of her car. I walked over to help her. I was over there helping her. The tow truck driver showed up. Lana and her have an ongoing thing also. She just recently, this year, last year, 2023, chased Aubrey with a rake. And there's a police report on that.
I don't know.
No, she chased my neighbor, Lana. So I was at Lana's house, that's next door to Shannon Party's house. They have an ongoing argument going also. Shannon ended up chasing her daughter, Lana's daughter, Aubrey, with a rake. There's a police report on this. The other neighbor, Patton, Cindy Guppy, she's also chased their child down the road and wanted to press charges for burglary charges that their autistic child was in their driveway. I mean, she has police reports with all the neighbors around her. It's just not me, Your Honor. I mean, this is ongoing. The lady in her backyard, she calls the fat, fleshy arm lady. Ongoing with, I mean, it's just, I mean, all my neighbors, I've been neighbors with these people 30, 40 years. They're afraid of her because what you're seeing here in this court today is what they do not want to get involved in. We've been in this process for over a year now.
I can see that.
And they just she can't control herself. Every time we go home after a court date, Judge Wool or Commissioner Wool, she bashed him on Facebook. And just, if you read did you read it? It was in my exhibits. I mean, just tore him apart. Anytime that she's not happy with anyone, she just goes after him. She went after Evergreen Shores Homeowner Association, sued them for years. She makes all this stuff up. None of this stuff is really true. Maybe a little bit. Like I said, 99% of it isn't. Then after her and Bill lost that case, she went after the people that were on the board. Each individual ones had lawsuits against them. And John and Jessica Knutson were on the board for Evergreen Shores. They were her neighbors at one time also. They have foster children. She attacked them also, turned them into CPS. I mean, this woman cannot stop with the neighbors. Jessica Knutson and John actually moved because of Shannon. I mean, this is an ongoing thing with everyone. Now she's sitting there she's trying to bring me into Superior Court over some land issue. She said, I filled my yard in. And that was in 2007. I had a grading permit because I did some work on my yard. I brought some topsoil for landscaping. They didn't move into their home till late 2014-15. They're going back to public records, anything she can do to sabotage me and my business, saying that I'm trying to run them over in my dump.
It's true.
I got dates here that she put on her declaration stating on Friday, 10/56, November 17th, you know, her kid was outside in the yard and I was saying, hey, these dates, I wasn't even in town. I was out of state, or not out of state. I was on the other side in Eastern Washington. I mean, and I could prove it. I have videos, pictures. I mean, this woman cannot stop. And Bill knows it. And Bill is forced to protect her. And the Evergreen Shores, everyone's watching this. This is huge. She got kicked off the Evergreen Shores board out there. She was on the board. If she wanted to address any issues at that time, she could have addressed them when she was on the board. And now she's attacking me because she has it out for me, and she will not leave me alone. This is what she does. This is free training for Miss Pardee. She enjoys this. She builds her cases more and more and more. The more she can do this and drag it out. And anyone in any of her cases, even when I talked to the lawyer for Evergreen Shores Home Message, she goes, she's going to hold this. She's going to continue this as long as she can, Mr. Eden. This is what she did to us. It was a painful draw, and oh my God, it never stops. I mean, I wish I could bring all my neighbors in, but they're so afraid of her, of going through the same thing I'm going through right now. But yeah, they're pulling things out that court cases that have been closed. This has been thrown out twice. I have nothing to do with her children. This is between Miss Pardee not getting her way, and poor Bill over there has to stick up for her. Bill don't want to be any part of this. The guy lives in his car.
Poor Bill, no.
I'll let Mr. Pardee speak for himself.
Okay, well, Bill lives in his car outside the gate half the time, sleeping in his car. She doesn't allow him to sleep in the house. They're married supposedly, but he's not allowed to live there. He hasn't lived there for years. She has a problem with Bill. She has a problem with her children. I just witnessed a possible overdose attempt by her oldest son, Jonathan. Both her kids are wonderful kids. They've been mentally abused for years. And you could probably ask her adult children. They've been through the same thing with her. So, you know, I had to contact the Thurston County Police because I witnessed something that I was concerned that Jonathan might have possibly overdosed. She was begging her husband to take Jonathan to the hospital because he took a bunch of Benadryl and some other stuff, and she wasn't sure. Bill was like saying, get in the house. She kept saying, no, take him to the hospital, take him to the hospital. Bill walked the kid up the driveway, and the kid says, I don't want to go to the hospital. Bill goes, we're not going to the hospital. But I mean, this goes on. The little kid comes up and pleads to the dad and says, you need to come down here and get your son. He's effing tweaking and he's high. And he goes, tell him to come up. And he goes, he can't move. You need to come get him.
So, ma'am,
it just goes on and on.
I'm going to stop you for a second. And so, first of all, ma'am, you know, I prefer that you not interrupt when other people are talking. And secondly, but on the other hand, she's kind of right. This doesn't really have anything to do with, I'm asking
Interrupting is so rude.
why you need an order against her.
Well,
No, not this judge. No, she has a case in 2 days from now. They're going to say the name of the judge. It might have been Judge Baker, but don't worry. They're going to say it when we get to today's clip. And I want to get God. I want to get it, but I don't know if I can.
All these cases, all the stuff she's presenting here. If she, okay, the one time she has me on camera walking by her house is because I have to go to court again, right? And if you guys were gonna do a temporary anti-harassment order, I wouldn't be able to get within the distance of the ditch to film why she's taking me to court, saying I caused damages for foundation, blah, blah, blah. So when I got permission from Lana, when I went over there to help her because she was locked out of her car, I walked by Miss Pardee's front yard. I took a picture of the culvert pipe in Lana's yard. I went over to Mike's. I took a picture of Mike's culvert pipe. Shannon, I walked along Shannon's front yard on the road, and everyone walks back and forth their dogs. There's no anti-harassment, no reason that I can't walk by her house. I filmed the ditch that is completely filled in where she allows parking for two of her businesses. People come and go all the time, turn around people's driveways. That makes all of our dogs bark. It's ongoing. She's got people dropping dogs off and people going. I mean, it just never stops. So that's why I walked by her place and filmed the ditch, because I'm going to Superior Court and the courts need the evidence that I need to submit to them in the next hearing they're dragging me through. So, I mean, one court case after the next court case. And why is all this? Why now? They've lived there since late 2014, 15, and she's viciously attacking me. I can't go out my house. She's got reports. Oh, he started his truck at 7:15. Oh, he ran it for 10 minutes. Oh, he started his truck. Now he's moving his motorhome. Now he's doing this. She walks, me and the neighbor were standing in the road. She came by. I was like, oh, great. Here comes such and such. She comes driving by. The neighbor's my witness. I get the dog. I walk across the street. She says I lunged at her car and stopped her from going in fear. Darla Burkett is a total witness, saw the whole thing. She said she was willing to testify. Well, guess what? Shannon got the papers and Darla Burkett's name's in the papers. She went on Messenger. They're not friends. Why everyone's on Shannon's Messenger, her pages for Concern for Evergreen Shores, is because all the harassing things that she did to everyone out there, so they like to follow it. She is followed by 300 people had to vote her off the board because she's threatened to shoot at dogs and people. I mean, this woman, it's stacked so high.
What about you're asking for an order against Mr. Parker?
Okay, I want protection from her because she continued lying, and these are all these lies. Her dragging me into courts for no reason.
She said that you used a word that begins with C.
With her,
did you call her that?
When she drove by, and I had my dog. We got over this. My girlfriend, my not wife's girlfriend is what she calls them. We got to the side of the road. Her window was rolled up. I looked at Darla. I said, "Effing cunt." Yes, I did say that. Her window was up.
Not to her.
Not to her, no. And my neighbor's a witness and saw the whole thing. Shannon's looking straight forward, not even looking at me. Her window rolled up, and I got it on video. There's so much stuff I didn't want to submit because you already got too much.
Again, Mr. Pardee, is he a part of this?
Mr. Pardee, he likes to, him and I definitely have some verbal, he's jealous of me and Shannon because me and Shannon were really close friends for a long time. And I think he thought me and Shannon had.
Wait a minute, you and Ms. Pardee were friends?
Yeah, for like 7 years. I mean, I got all the screenshots when she was suing Evergreen Shores. They kicked her off the Facebook page. So I took screenshots and I'd send them to her because she couldn't get them from anyone else. And I still have all that stuff. I mean, everything. I helped her for years, unfortunately, try to sue Evergreen Shores and the people on the board. And I can show the phone where I sent them to her.
So let me hear from Mr. Pardee. Mr. Pardee, could you raise your right hand, please? You swear and affirm the information and testimony you provide will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do, Your Honor.
I'll hear from you. What's your position on all of this?
Well, I haven't heard much about why I'm named as a respondent. The stuff against my wife seems to be fairly old. That's fine. And some of this I'm to blame for because I did file a lawsuit against the HOA back in 2018 I don't know what that has to do with today, not much. I mean, I end up I went to the Court of Appeals, I lost that case. Lawyers do lose cases once in a while, so I lost that case. But it had nothing to do with Mr. Eden. It had to do with the HOA. I have filed, I just, to make the court aware under 7105, 105 sub 4 RCW, I have filed, Mr. Eden's correct, I have filed a cause of action against him, Eden Trucking LLC, his trucking company, his mother, Marilyn Eden, who owns his property, and I've also filed it against Thurston County Superior Court, Thurston County Superior Court cause number 23-2-03894-34. So I just wanted to make the court aware of that if they were not. My guess is the court is aware of that. That is a pending litigation that was just filed in November, and we haven't even gotten full answers from every defendant yet. So that discovery will be ongoing. So that'll go on for a while. But that, if the court thinks that that's a frivolous action, as Mr. Eden's suggesting, he can defend that, and then the court can rule on that ultimately. I think that really has nothing to do. I don't think that's abusive litigation. In his petition, I'm responding directly to his petition against me. He mentions he's afraid because we filed, and I think he checked the box for abusive litigation in 2650-1020. That regards domestic violence or people that are intimate partners. Me and Mr. Eden are not intimate partners, as far as I know. Maybe him and my wife, he alleges, were intimate partners at one time. I'm not sure what he's alleging today, but I am not an intimate partner with him. The box he checked, Your Honor, has nothing to do with abusive litigation. Obviously, if anybody could run in and get anti-harassment orders when a civil action is filed in Superior Court and District Court, that'd be an interesting kind of separation of the two court systems. You can use one court system to prevent litigation and another. I don't think that's what was intended by the legislature. I will mention, he talked about, I did download that video for my wife when we submitted it to court. The video you're talking about where he recently walked around the property, he actually flipped her off twice, the video camera twice, when he was going over past Arlo Briquettes, and when he circled around back up to his second driveway, which we're litigating, he flipped her off again. So you're correct, Your Honor, he flipped her off twice. He does admit that he yelled fucking cunt. He was doing that because he saw my wife coming with her car, and my oldest son was in the car, and I think I explained that in my declaration, in her declaration. There's also a mental health matters sign. We submitted photos of that, which has floodlights on our property. It's not a security issue. It's on top of a hill 20 feet above the right of way. It shines at my wife's property all the time. It drives her nuts. It's there when my kid catches a bus stop. It says mental health matters on it. And it has spotlights pointed towards our house. That's in addition to him continually harassing my family by yelling that they're, basically disparaging kind of obscene names. He does that pretty frequently. We've had arguments in the past. That's because he's driven my family crazy. He routinely calls my kids disparaging names out. All we're asking for today, Your Honor, you don't have to put an order in of him against me. I'm not asking for an order. I'm asking for an order for my kids and my wife, because all I want to stop is the language. We can sort it out in Superior Court. Wherever that goes, it goes. That's what litigation is all about. People have a right to file land use actions. Now that litigation is fairly complex. It's not as simple as Mr. Eden describes it. He's not a lawyer, so I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. But it has nuisance claims. It has intentional infliction of emotional distress. It has zoning actions. I think his operation of a trucking business in the neighborhood is a violation of the Thurston County Zoning Code, RL21. We'll get into that when we get to Superior Court. There's other actions too against the county for negligence and failing to stop him from filling his property back in 2007. That has caused water.
Guys, the show hasn't even started yet. This is all nothing compared to what you're about to see. Nothing.
That's 15 feet into the right of way. I can prove that. I have evidence of it.
This is the boring part.
Stuff that will come out in Superior Court. But what we need during the pendency of that action, and I also attached, let me mention, Your Honor, before I get off here, I did attach the letter, because it was mentioned specifically in Mr. Eden's petition, the letter I sent to his mother back in, I think in December of 2022. This is over a year and a half ago is what he's talking about. I gave you a copy of the letter because I wanted you to see it. It's a typical demand letter that we all learn about law school, Your Honor. It's a 7-page demand letter. I go through the law. I kind of cite the cases. I'm basically giving the owner a chance to reach out and talk to me. They never did. And now, ever since I filed that and filed stuff with the county in preparation for a claim with the county, which I did.
Okay, now that we heard him speak for a little bit, that's her husband. Apparently, he sleeps in the car. And I'm wondering now if they're still married. I don't know. I am almost 100% positive this is her. Could be wrong. I'm often wrong. I could be wrong. But hold on, I'm trying. This is her intro to her Facebook page. Husband has no control of me. They are my words. It's all about me, not knuckle. And then she has some single parent posts here, but this is a post I want to show you. Hold on. We're just gonna scroll for a second. Yeah, that's a single mom post. Da, 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 da. This is where she cares about the medical professionals. She has a bunch of posts where she cares about the why are you single? She's definitely divorced. That one right there just sewed it. But she has a whole bunch of posts here about animals, dogs, and animals. Oh, you have to go down further. She posts a lot. Let me tell you. Let me get to the one I wanted to show you though. But this one right here. Maybe they did, maybe they didn't. I don't know. But if either of these, hold on, let me make it bigger. Oh. Let me make it smaller. Oh, I can't believe that happened to me. No, I don't. I thought I had it open again just in case I messed up. This is what she was saying about some of her neighbors today, or not today. I just looked at this right now while we were in stream. If you see anything offensive, this isn't mine. Breathe. It's coming. It's coming. She posts a lot. That was about a good post about a dog. Oh no, it's gone. All right, it's fine. She posted I want to see this view post. Okay. If either of these are your offspring, I would leash them. She's talking about the people in this car right here. They delivered drugs to my kid. I don't know if they did or they didn't. And I caught them mid-act. Got their digits and good ID. Little puss-eyed piece of trash. Yeah. Yeah, if you scroll down, I don't know if they're still up, but she has little names for all of her neighbors. She gives them all little names before she sues them. All right. And she's single now. So this guy right here, available. Here we go.
Prerequisite to my cause of action in Superior Court. This is when it all blew up. This is when he became enraged by the fact that I filed a cause of action. He's trying to bait me by saying, "Oh, I'm jealous of him and my wife's relationship." I don't care if my wife has friends. I've never been a jealous type in that regard. But I mean, they were friends at one time. So be it. They're not anymore. Obviously, I think the judge hit that on the head. I don't think they're going to be friends anytime soon. But I'm not a possessive husband. And he talks about how I live in my car. So be it, Your Honor. I mean, what does that have to do with me harassing him? Nothing. He wants to humiliate me. So be it. I don't know what that accomplishes, but it's wasting the court's time. He's filed.
Can everybody just remember that CJ said that? Just keep that right in your mind, okay?
Basically, hundreds of pages of old stuff from previous actions. And the one classic example is, I think, dishonesty with the court, and his credibility, I think, is diminished. He says that I chased him down the street, but he doesn't give a date. I gave you the date, Your Honor. It was January 5th of 2023. Over a year ago, I chased him down the street. You know what I was doing? I wasn't a party to the action. I was actually representing my wife at the time. All I did was trying to serve documents on him. He was less than 50.
Dude, that guy wasn't running nowhere. husband wasn't running nowhere for nothing. Come on.
8 feet away from me. I said, Mr. Eden, here's some documents. You know what he did? He ran down the street yelling, he has a gun. He knows I don't own a gun. He did that to try to get me shot. He's a dangerous man. He's very aggravated by this lawsuit. I think he's indicated that he's very aggravated by a civil lawsuit. He's lost control and he wants to keep on harassing my family. His goal, I've overheard him up there talking to other people, is to get my family to move. His goal in harassing them daily is to get them to move. That's why he runs and idles his truck at all hours of the day for endless amounts of time. He's not going anywhere with his truck. He's idling it because he wants to drive her crazy. It's noise, it's pollution, it's regulated in industrial districts. It shouldn't even be in a residential district, but we'll get into that in Superior Court. That's not for you today, Honor. But I want to point out that this is a serious matter. The HOA lawsuit that I lost has nothing to do with it. I've lost lawsuits in the past and I've won lawsuits in the past. It doesn't make me a good or bad lawyer. Monday, you might say I'm a bad lawyer, maybe Mr. Eden thinks that's fine. But lawyers file lawsuits all the time. There's litigation in the courts. One side loses, one side wins. I'll let you go, Your Honor. Thank you for the time today.
Do I get to respond to that at all?
Yeah, you can hear that, and then I'll come back to you, Ms. Barty. I have a question. Came up on the top. Both Mr. and Ms. Barty brought this up. What's the story on these lights and this mental health matters sign?
I've had a sign on my fence for a long time.
Yeah, how long?
Oh, geez, probably over a year.
Okay.
I had to build a fence
since all this came up.
Before this, I had to build that fence because of the harassment I was getting from the parties out of pocket.
Okay, so wait a minute. So then the sign came after the harassment started. Is that what you're telling me?
No, the harassment.
You just said it's on the fence now, right?
It's on the fence.
Okay, and so you said you built the fence because of the harassment. So obviously it wasn't on the fence. The harassment started before the fence was built. Was that sign up there before that?
It was a difference. She was filming me. We didn't get to the courts yet. She was filming me in the dump truck trying to leave. So that's when I put to protect myself because there was phone calls.
Okay, but I want to know when the sign went up for the
first time. Sign went up after she started filming me.
Okay.
And then
why would you do that?
Because she was threatening to sugar my gas tank and kill me.
Okay.
She was like, she would get out there and yell. There's so much stuff I haven't presented, Your Honor.
Go ahead. I'll hear from you. You wanted to respond. I'll let you respond.
No, I just protection order from Bill because just like Bill, said himself, he says he was trying to serve me papers. I had no idea that Bill was trying to serve me papers. The prior day before Bill chased me down the street, they went to the police department and said that I tried to run them over and kill them in my dump truck. So then Bill, the next day, Bill comes around the corner of his car at a high rate of speed. He jumps out. I'm looking right. His eye locked on me and he starts running at me. Well, I see he's got something in his pocket. So I'm concerned. I'm like, what the heck? Because just prior they said I tried to kill him. And I'm like, well, does he have a knife? Why does he have his hand in his pocket? So I took off running for the neighbor's house. I took off running to my house. He cut me off where I couldn't get in my driveway. So I took off running to the neighbor's house. I was going too fast. I couldn't turn. So I just kept going. He chased me probably 400 or 500 yards until a neighbor said, hey, started screaming at Bill. And then I got stuck in the neighbor's fence in the backyard and I couldn't get over their fence. So I called 911 and was on 911 for the whole time while I was hiding in the woods. And you can hear all the neighbors' dogs barking and stuff. So I was afraid that Bill was still out there. They actually picked me up 2 blocks down the road, the sheriff's department. So that's just one incident. Then he sits there and parks outside our backyard across the street. Him and I get in arguments. He left, big deal. He came back around and started another argument with me. He's saying that my mom slept with her brother and had me. My sperm doesn't swim. Is that why you didn't have kids? He's cussing and swearing at me. It's all on video. I've never submitted any of these videos. The only videos I submit are the police videos. And then when the police come out, you can see Mr. Pardee is sitting there saying, I don't know if he identifies a woman or a man. He's getting aggressive. To me, this is aggressive. You don't live in this neighborhood. Why are you coming around? And my girlfriend can't even walk outside with the dogs anymore. Yes, we do have a flashlight. I got a flashlight for Christmas. Big deal. It's a flashlight. She signed it the day that Shannon might be complaining about something, and my girlfriend's a witness. She was out there with the dogs. So Shannon drove by early in the morning. My girlfriend shined the flashlight down the road. Was my girlfriend trying to cause Miss Shannon to wreck or do any of this? No, obviously not. My girlfriend has nothing to do with Shannon. But they're going to make it sound like all this stuff. Just like I said, in these dates and times of things they've posted on here, none of this happened. Let's just go back to Bill though. you know, he just continues harassing, you know, bringing me in all these lawsuits, multiple lawsuits. I mean, why? Why now, Your Honor? When they were on the board, they could have addressed any of these issues when they were on the board for the Evergreen Homeowners Association. But since Shannon tried to kill herself, Bill was actually at the house and her good friend Darcy was there. Darcy knew that Shannon and I were really good friends at that time. So I was talking to Darcy, explaining to Darcy what I've been witnessing, and she was having problems with the children and Bill. You know, so when Bill showed up there, it was the first time I got a chance to talk to Bill because he hasn't been there for years. And I said, hey, man, this is what's going on. You know, maybe you should know, because Darcy said it wasn't good. Didn't think she was going to make it. Shannon took a bunch of pills or something. She ended up going to the psych ward for a while afterwards to get help. Like I said, I'm not here to ruin their family. The best interest of, you know, the kids. And, you know, the neighbors have all witnessed. There's been multiple reports. And that's why we're here, is because of the phone calls to Child Protective Services. I was the only one that didn't know that when you make these phone calls, you're supposed to remain anonymous. And I didn't. So she believes that I'm the one that's been calling CPS on her. It's not. It's all the neighbors around her. Her poor kids have never even got to play in the streets or anything, because it just goes on and on, Your Honor. I just need protection because Shannon will not stop, and she has proof in all of her lawsuits with everyone. She just does not give up. She doesn't stop. She won't. And here I am, missing another day of work.
Zero.
You know, saying I run my truck. Yes, I can run my truck if I want to, Your Honor. I can play music if I want to.
Maiko, are you here?
Anything I do, she feels that I'm harassing her. You know, I got no problems with Bill. Bill don't like me, and that's fine. I never had problems with Shannon until a year ago. I mean, I don't know why they're coming after me, Your Honor.
I'm going to latch on to what you said. I said, I got no problems from Bill, but you're asking for an order.
Well, when he's chasing me down the road,
Maiko,
that's my problem.
An order against him or not?
I didn't have problems with Bill until he started chasing me. Yes, I would like to I'd like to be protected. Why should I live in fear? I live there. He doesn't.
Well, he does.
Well, because he gets, Your Honor, if he's there, he's long enough there to drop off some milk and maybe pick up a kid and drop a kid off. He does not ever, the few nights that he spends in his car on the street is it.
Because he watches us all the time.
Hey, ma'am. Okay, hang on just a second.
And, you know, the other judge said there was nothing wrong with my signs. What's wrong with my sign? It's Christmas lights. I had a Christmas tree up once, and she said I was intimidating and harassing her by having a little tiny Christmas tree with white lights on.
it seems, Maiko, that you and her are soulmates. That post proved it.
I have pictures and videos of her on her porch, yodeling, doing some crazy things with so many bright lights that it's just a blur. And she has lights on her front yard now. She has red and blue lights just like I do in her front yard. How come they don't bother her, but my red and blue lights across the street bother her? And the spotlights they're saying, there's 60-watt light bulbs. A 60-watt, it's not a spotlight. They just over dramatize everything. That's why I need protection. All I'm doing is trying to go to work. You know, my mom is being drugged into these courts. My mom is 70 years old. She's like, what is going on, honey? I'm like, these people just won't stop. That's it. I mean, they just will not ever leave me alone and here's the deal. If you do an anti-harassment order protection, this is what they did the last time. All she tried to do is get me in trouble. So I had to protect myself. So anytime that she came within the distance, I had to call Thurston County. Well, they even had the videos and everything that was submitted to you that she broke it. They forwarded this stuff to the prosecuting attorney. But the thing is how this court system works. If you don't have it in 5 days prior, they don't get it. So guess what? We missed that window. We continue missing the windows. You know, this is not my full-time job. This is Shannon's job. Shannon doesn't work. Shannon has, I don't know what Shannon does. She's got people coming to go drop dogs off.
Okay, so ma'am, you just need to.
She collects free money. I mean, like I said, I knew Shannon for a long time, so I know what Shannon's capable of. That's why I'm afraid of Shannon, because she will not stop this process. And she's going to continue. Like I said, this has been over a year. What have I really done? What one picture, maybe me flipping her off with the phone, or who knows? I mean, not her. It'd be her camera. I've never personally flipped Shannon off. She knows that. I don't even see her kids. Like I said, her kids are not allowed to play in Evergreen Shores because of all the lawsuits they've had against people there. So everyone's afraid. They don't want their kids. They don't want Shannon's kids around, you know. And then when the Shannon's kids were able, when they first moved there, they were showing bruises. The parents were concerned for the children. This is tough. It just goes on and on. So yeah, I need protection from both of them.
So here's what Ms. Pardee, do you want to say anything?
Your Honor, there were never any bruises. And Mr. Eden's continuous inflammatory statements about my children being abused, that's more harassment. It is not true. And my children are tired of it. I am tired of it. I don't just need the harassment order and protection, Your Honor. My children do. Mr. Eden is the one that runs out to the road.
So do you. I didn't like a lot of her posts, but some of them I do. Guys, look at this. Oh no, go back. Go. Why does this hate? There it is. Oh God, is that not cool? Oh my God, is that not the coolest thing you've ever seen? Ever? Oh man, I need that coffee maker so bad. I wonder if my cup will fit into it. Oh no, I don't even know what color I want. Look at it. You can't tell, but it lights up underneath. Not that one. The one before did. So you can get the tail. There's like different ones. This one does not. This one does not. This one does not. I like the one that lights up underneath. Hold on. Hold on. It's getting there. Is it that one? Is that the one? I think this one right here. This is the one I want. Okay. I'm sorry. Back to work. My fault.
Mr. Eden is the one that is out there at the road. Yes, let's bring Mrs. Burkett in. As she's standing there, closing her eyes, turning her head, as he's repeatedly calling me a fucking cunt with my 15-year-old in the car. When I am what? Trying to leave the neighborhood on the public right-of-way that was put there for me to leave. And with Mr. Eden's illegal fill, I can't go to the right or the left now because he's got an illegal driveway to the left. So and with the fence and then everything else he put up there, imagine, Your Honor, you're talking over 500 dump truck loads of dirt. So he took the ditch away, rose up and
So ma'am, I'm not interested in any of the dirt or any of the, that doesn't matter.
The dynamic is, instead of it being an egress to a house, he's now with a hill and a fence right over the road. I can't even go to my mailbox. If I go to my mailbox, it's over by him, and then he yells at me, fucking cat. I have video last night as I'm just trying to exit with Jonathan from my dash cam of him behind the fence giving me the finger. That's a daily occurrence if he's there. He's not trying to ignore us.
Let's see these daily videos. We need to see daily videos. Every day, she's got to turn up water down her yard.
Okay, so just
Your
stop
Honor,
it.
I have to take
Ma'am.
video daily
Okay,
because it keeps track of the noise levels. 40 minutes, 60 minutes of a dump truck or a diesel truck idling in this neighborhood for no reason at all. They don't go to work.
So-
They're just there
so
idling.
ma'am, I'm going to stop you, okay? And I'm ready to rule. And here's what's going to happen today. You know, first of all, I guess I don't know whether I should say this or not. Every time I say that and then say it, people told me I shouldn't have said it, but I'm going to say it right now. You know, that individual seated to your left should not be here for all this. They just shouldn't. I don't know how old that person is, whether he looks to be 13, 14, maybe 12, 13, but this is
think it's a
not
girl.
an appropriate thing for him to be involved in. It's just not. So there's that. Second thing that Mr. Pardee made a comment about lawsuits. You know, I've won some, I've lost some, and all that sort of stuff. And what's going to happen today is everyone's going to win, everyone's going to lose. So I'm granting both orders, both Mr. Eden's orders against the Pardees, and I'll grant your order against Mr. Eden. And the parameters of the order, there's not going to be a distance restriction. So you don't need to worry about coming.
Judge just wasted his breath there. There's not going to be a distance restriction. None of them hurt him. Everybody's mad. And just so you know, we are still in the boring part. The show's about to start in a little bit, guys.
You can't go onto their property, but you can't do that anyway, because that's, that would be trespassing, of course. The basis for the order on behalf of Mrs. Pardee is that you did, by your own testimony, apparently flipped off. You did use the word that she apparently heard. She wouldn't have, he said her window was open, but she found it out somehow. So, I mean, obviously that was heard. I would find that that's harassing behavior. The pattern be shown by Ms. Pardee and Mr. Pardee. And again, I looked at the whole file, and I didn't look at the other orders, but everything that's been submitted, and obviously I'm not out there. I don't live out there. I don't know what's going on. But if a quarter of this, if an eighth of this is accurate, and I believe we've reached that threshold, this is just no way to live from either party, either the parties or Mr. Eden. And so for the next year, the parameters of the order is going to be, and again, I'll find that both have engaged in patterns of conduct that have harassed the others. And basically the order is issues not to cause you any physical harm, not to contact, including the minors, don't engage with the minors, and don't engage in stalking behavior. There is not a stay away provision given the proximity that you live to each other. There's not like, don't come within, don't be out there with a tape measure, don't come within 500 feet, don't come in with 100 feet or anything like that. You guys just can't talk to each other, can't communicate with each other, and just don't be involved in each other's lives, which is what I think you both want. So what does that mean?
Your Honor, can I ask a question?
I'm not done yet, Mr. Pardee. I'm not done yet. And that doesn't mean that I'm not trying to regulate how Mr. Eden runs his garbage trucks or anything like that. There's just, I don't have any control over that. And I don't, what he has to do for that, that's not necessarily, you might think it's harassing, but it's not. The basis for these orders are the interaction and communication or lack thereof that is communicated, that has been gone back and forth between the parties. His lights, I'm not regulating any placements of any lights or anything like that either. I mean, and again, I just can't, what might seem harassing to you isn't necessarily, or I can't objectively find as harassing behavior, but the harassing behavior, again, is the verbal interaction between all parties that has been shown through the filings as well as the testimony here in court today. Mr. Pardee, I'm done now. And so now I guess when Mr. Eden earlier had said that you got on whatever
It's showtime.
social media website you referenced and trashed the previous edition.
That was me from before, just so you know. I recorded my earlier stream. Sorry if I just screamed at everybody.
Or maybe you both can get on there and trash me here today, but neither one of you should have any communication with the other. So I'm granting your order, Mr. Pardee, that he's not to have contact with you, but it's going both ways. Mr. Pardee, you wanted to say something.
Yeah, it's sort of important, Your Honor. I mean, you're putting an order in against me. I don't think there's any evidence of any harassment by me, but that's fine.
For me.
Also, I'm the attorney. I have to talk to the other side. I have to serve documents on them.
Well,
we have an agreement to do email service. Are you going to make an exception?
Just
for
a minute.
Your Honor?
I'm going to stop you, Mr. Pardee, and say, yes, I will include language in there. It says, except in the course of litigation. And what's that cause number in Superior Court?
I'll give it to you now, Your Honor. 23-2-03894-34. And I have an agreement with Mr. Eden to serve by email.
Just wait a minute. Let me make sure I get that number. Except 03894-34?
Yeah, 23-2-03894-34.
All right.
Your Honor, what contact am I supposed, or what harassing? I don't understand. I haven't talked to him. I don't talk to him. I get in my car and I try to leave. How is it that I'm harassing him?
Ma'am, I've said before, based on the filings, combined with your testimony, I'll make a finding that you have engaged in harassing behavior, and an order is going to be entered.
Yeah, well, if you could explain to me what that harassing behavior is, I'd like to know so that I can prevent doing it in the future. And you haven't told me or proven to me that I've done anything, so it's very confusing. So I'm asking you to point out what that harassing behavior is so that I can get with my caregiver and we can make sure that doesn't happen in the future.
In the future, what I want to see going forward in the future is just no communication or interaction with Mr. Eden at all.
I do not talk to Mr. Eden or interact with him at all. Do I record my front yard?
Based on the,
you bet I do, and I'm going to keep doing it. I don't talk to him. I try to leave my driveway. He's the one that comes and yells at me. So I'm asking again for you to clarify how I stop harassing him when I don't talk to him. I don't flip him off. I don't go near him. I simply leave my driveway, enter and exit. So how is it you would like me to not harass him when I'm already not doing anything? What more would you like me to not do? Would you like me to stop breathing? Because I'm really confused.
You know, Judge
Yes,
Wilcox
please.
made it where he couldn't represent her.
Stop.
Judge Meyer, I'm very confused though. One thing, what did I do to harass Mr. Eden? He's talking about
Yes,
an
what
incident
did
that
you do?
happened in January. That's unfair, Your Honor. You're putting an order against me. I don't even live there, allegedly. You're putting an order against me. I've never harassed Mr. Eden. I mean, I
You're
tried to
allowing
serve
Mr.
him back in
Eden to
January.
keep
There's
him
no
away
proof
from
in the
helping
file.
me.
There's no proof in the file that I harassed him at all. I'm an
None.
attorney in the state of Washington. You're putting an order against another attorney for what? What did I do?
And
I've
you're
done
allowing
anything.
Mr. Eden to keep the kids' dad
so
away
be it.
from helping us. He already said, Jeff already admitted Bill hasn't done anything to him. Oh, we're almost buds, but I want this order. And
So when I
there
go to
you
court
are.
now, Your Honor, I have to be fearful that I'll be set up. When I go
That's
to court now, when
exactly
I
what
walk
you're
into the
doing.
courthouse, I will be set up by Mr. Eden. Thank you. Because now I can't go to court without feeling safe because I have a no contact order that you're putting
Oh,
in
wait a
place.
minute. This
I've
judge
done
works
nothing.
for Thurston County and we're suing them. Isn't this?
That's
a
I've never
coincidence?
even been named as a respondent, Your Honor, until I filed that action in Thurston County Superior Court in November. That's why I'm named as a respondent now. I was never named as a respondent in the past. Mr. Eden says he has no problem with me. But now you're
But
putting
now
a
all of a sudden
restraining
he
order
does.
on me. That doesn't make any sense, Your Honor. But I guess so be it.
Okay.
Isn't there
So
some
I've
kind of
included-
Sunday appeal?
In 23-000-435, I've included the parties, you folks, may communicate with Jeffrey Eden in the course of litigation in Thurston County Superior Court number 23-2 -000-435-34. I'll also indicate, Mr. Pardee, the parties may appear in court together, but there's not a
Your Honor,
distance
that's not the right cause number. Right?
Oh, I'm sorry, you're right. It's 38-03894, my mistake. You have it right on.
I can say it again, Your Honor, 23-2-03894-34.
Yes, that is correct.
Does that include when I'm at the courthouse, Your Honor, about to go into the courthouse?
No, there's no distance restriction. You can go to and from the courthouse at all.
Well, I'm
But
saying, am I
anytime-
violating the no contact order by being there and seeing Mr. Eden outside the courthouse?
No,
You're a
no,
dumbass.
You're not. If
Okay.
it's in the course of litigation, you're absolutely not.
Now, how
So we
about
can-
we're trying to come and go from our home and he's got an illegal second driveway and we can't get out? We can't get to our home without going past him and he's always running out there
Yeah,
saying.
and
"He's
you
hurting
can do
me."
that. You can, again, there's not a distance restriction. There's nothing that restricts you to going to and from your home.
Yes, but you are giving him an order and he is the one that gets in the road and blocks the car. Just because this guy says, I didn't do that, if you believe him, oh my God, but that is not the
If you,
truth.
if he,
He's
if he
lying.
blocks the road, that's something you can report to the police or obstruct or something like that.
Also, Your Honor, the mental health matters sign will remain in place. Why?
Yeah, I mean, that's up to Mr. Eden.
And
So you heard
floodlights?
that he put the fence up.
Floodlights and a mental health matters
sign.
sign.
They're gonna continue taking me to court? I mean,
I mean, I can't
Really?
stop them from
it's up to
doing
you
that.
guys.
Well, Mr. Eden, you took me to court. I didn't take you to court.
Okay, so hey,
What are you talking about?
So stupid. Like I said, they started this, not me.
Okay, so just stop. It's gonna end now.
Judge, no. How unfair was that? These two idiots just went off for what, 5 minutes? Just yelling at the judge. This guy says they started it, not me. And the judge is like, okay, stop. Everybody stop. Judge, come on. Rude. Don't worry, guys. There's lots more. There's lots more.
You're free to leave. The parties are free to leave the Zoom call. You're free to leave. Email copies of the orders will be emailed to all parties.
Thank you, Your Honor.
And that's it for today.
November, which is just November. Today, while taking Jonathan to school. Sorry. So that was the first one. And this is the second one. So there's a link to this one in the description. And then in that description, there's a link to the first one, which is the same thing. The ones that I recorded, I tried very hard not to talk or anything, so that if they wanted to be re-recorded for another channel, go for it. And I'm going to do that again when we get to the last one. So this is the second one that they had that first hearing. And now, before we get to the second hearing, though, I have stuff that I wanted to show. Hi, Devin. All right. So this is her from 2023. This is what she posted about him back in 2023. And I tried to scroll down right now back to 2023 to see if I could get the dump truck videos and everything. She just posts too much, guys. I just can't. We encountered the terrorists. Yes, terrorists. We got on Green Ridge, and that person was talking to Mrs. a neighbor lady, not wife's dog in the middle of the road. Of course, I had to stop. This prompted the person to give us the finger while repeatedly calling me a fucking cunt. And coming at my stopped car, he would not let me continue. I was in fear I could run him over, or more importantly, the dog. The neighbor just turned her head and closed her eyes as he terrorizes us. When is enough enough? Jonathan wants to go to school. What kind of person cannot rein in their behavior? Again, who raises these terrorist people? He terrorized this neighborhood his entire life. His mother left this terrorist here. Okay? Okay, obviously that's about him. If you didn't get that. That's that. Now, there's more. When he said they keep suing everybody in the neighborhood. Oh, where is it? Hold on, it's right here. Wrong one. Oh, okay. Here it is. This is this is just one of their lawsuits that they filed. And then they lost the lawsuit. Thank you, Rick. You are right, Rick. It caught me while I was reading it. I was like, wait, that's not right. But you're right. Okay. This is one of, they sued all these people. Evergreen Shores Beach Club. That's where they live. And then these are all the neighbors that were sued. But there's more. There is more. Hold on. There's so much more in this, but I'm just going to point out one outstanding. Okay. On her Facebook page, she has post after post after post about saving shelter dogs. You know, adopt this dog. Like, she loves dogs. What we're seeing now is just a bunch of things in the lawsuit. One of the things is that she wanted to rent the clubhouse one day a week. And that's what she wanted. She wanted to rent the clubhouse one day a week. Everybody lives there. So they wanted the dates of when she was doing this. And I guess she didn't give it to him. So she went on Facebook and she bashed them. And then she sued them. And it turned out she did actually get this club. She did actually rent it one day every week by doing it one at a time instead of at the beginning. So like I was saying, on her Facebook, she has all these things about, you know, protecting dogs and how much she loves dogs, and she's a foster for dogs. Here it is. Well, she was posting on Facebook that this law, RCW 1608020, gives citizens the right to kill dogs under certain circumstances and places upon the owner of such dogs who are notified of their propensity to duties to do certain things. She wanted to kill. No, I don't think it's a trailer park, Raven. No, it's a neighborhood. She wanted to kill the neighbor's dogs. And so, you know, it's a huge fear that I say something stupid during a live. And then, there's nothing I can do about it because there's, 50 people watching. And I've already said it during a live. That was one of the stupidest things I said during a live. And trust me, you don't have to leave a comment. All right. Because I already understand trailer parks or neighborhoods. I got it. The last time I said it, that last video, I got enough comments, guys. So I messed up. I'm sorry. I apologize. I didn't mean to suggest that trailer parks weren't neighborhoods. It's just what came to my mind while I was trying to get all this stuff out to you guys, because there's so much stuff in this lawsuit, and I was trying to keep it all straight in my head. And I said, no, they live in a neighborhood. And I got a million comments about that. But that's okay. You know what? If you guys want to leave me more comments about that, go for it. Please do. And that was the last straw for the homeowners association. Once she posted that she was going to start killing the dogs and children, she added, but that's another story. That's when they all voted. Like he said. I'm so sorry, CJ. So a trailer park is a neighborhood. Let's start there. That way, I don't get in more trouble. I could have, that's out of everything I could feel really, really bad about saying. That's really not that bad. I didn't really say anything about anybody in particular. So, all right. A trailer park is just you can buy a trailer home to live in, like a double wide, and you rent spaces in this neighborhood. The trailers are all in a row, and they're called trailer parks. And if you don't still know what I'm talking about, please go watch the Trailer Park Boys, because it's so funny. Mobile home community. Double wide is just a bigger trailer. It's like, the big part, the big trailer, the big gulp of trailers. What's a big gulp? A big gulp. It's a very big drink. Supersized. What's supersized? Supersized is when you go to McDonald's and you get it really big. Oh man, just go watch Trailer Park Boys and it'll answer all of your questions forever about what happens in a trailer park. 700 people voted to kick her off. She didn't sue all of them, but she's working on it. Give her time. But they have more. I cut it off mid. She was on the homeowners association, and I said 700 there, and I was wrong. It's 400. 400 people in the neighborhood all voted to kick her off. She's mad. She's mad about that, and we're going to see a little bit about that right now. Lawsuits. They're suing Thurston County. They're suing the judge in the first case, in this case right here, who denied it, and I think they're suing the appellate judge, who in this also denied their appeal. So he's right. The neighbor, when he says they will not stop, they just won't stop. The other one happened. Okay. Now we're to the second one. So they come back. Same parties. Ha ha. To the 16th, which was not that long ago. Let's go to the 16th. Here we go.
Sheriff's office.
There's her house.
Shannon, it's the sheriff's office. Thurston County Sheriff's Office, Shannon here.
Police body cam.
I'm Deputy Burton Crowe, Thurston County Sheriff's Office. We are audio video recording. What can we do? What can we do for you today?
I have a restraining order as well as the kids from that person over there.
Okay.
We came home down the drive today down Green Ridge.
Yes, ma'am.
And we got down there and I had to go slow. I was doing 25, I slowed to 21 to stay way away from that asshole.
Yes, ma'am.
The kids and I have to come around that asshole to come home.
Yes,
to my
ma'am.
locked gate.
Yes, ma'am.
As we're trying to go around that asshole, he turns his blinker on, lets a white car go
ma'am.
He's got a camera toward the kids' windows. What the fuck for?
Okay?
That's okay. No, it's not okay.
No, I
That's
said.
keeping the kids and I from getting home.
Remember, she complained about him using foul language around her children. Hey, Birdie.
I said okay so I can hear you.
And he's still yelling at us from over there and recording my kids.
Yeah.
It needs to stop. What's
Okay.
his fucking problem? Take the pedophile and make it go home somewhere. Tell him to go back and live with his mommy.
So you have an order?
Yes.
Has it been served?
Yes. You were out here and my husband served him. I think you were here and was there. Oh, because that little man baby ran down the road saying my husband had a gun. Even though that idiot knew that he was trying to give him papers.
So, from what I could tell while on the way here, it appears that both orders have not been served, correct?
Correct.
Yes.
It has been served. It went to his porch. The sheriff was there. It's been
So
served.
do you have the return of service?
Yes. Already with the court. Done.
Okay. The computer still says it hasn't been served.
Okay.
That's what we're relaying. It's the computer says it hasn't been served.
Right.
The computer says it hasn't been served. So in our computer. Okay.
Stuff
Well,
is going
so
there
you're
back
gonna
to the
wanna
courts,
follow
and
up-
you're telling my children to
you're
be
gonna wanna
violated,
follow
and he's
up with
getting
the
away
courts.
because you're letting it happen.
You're going to want to follow up with the courts to figure out.
why it
You're
doesn't say
going to want to
it's.
do your job.
We are.
I'm trying to
You're
talk
not.
to you right now.
That man is allowed, and
Okay.
you're continuing to let him harass.
Well,
Oops, I'm still.
we can't. I can't say it's been
I'll be
served.
talking to your boss. Don't worry about it. I'll get a hold of him.
You want to know which?
I already know who to talk to. I'm a lawyer. I'll solve the problem. I'm
Okay.
gonna solve it once. and
So
for
he
all.
says he knows who to talk to.
If
He
I'm
knows
the
his
sheriff's
boss.
office, I'll do it. You guys are harassing my wife trying to serve his
9
order over there.
Not.
times.
We're,
9
I
times.
So
You
do
came
need
out
us to do
9
something?
times.
You said you seem like
You said you don't have the order. Is that what you just told me?
that's not what we just told you.
You said it's.
We
You said it's
that
not in the.
showing
You said
that
the,
it's not being. It's
the
not
proof
been
of service.
served.
Okay. I don't care what your system says.
Okay.
You're not going to enforce the order today. Is that correct?
let's,
So he's
No,
going to be
sir,
allowed to
we'll
keep
enforce
recording
a
us?
served order. So if you
It has
have-
been served.
If you have the return of service and you can show us where it's been stamped by the court clerk so that we can do that, we're asking you for additional information. You're saying you have something. We're trying to do
You want me to show you
what
the
you
proof
would
of
like us
service?
to.
Is that what you're asking?
If
Yeah.
you have that, where you said you returned it to the courts and you have all that, so we can show that.
I
it's been
filed it with the court. Why would I have it?
Nobody has that.
You didn't get a copy of the stamp where you filed it with the
No,
courts?
I didn't get one. So
Okay.
you telling me I'm out of luck?
No, I'm asking that you follow up with the courts tomorrow.
What's
They're
your
open.
boss's name?
which
I'm going to
bo-
solve
which-
this
Did you
tomorrow.
get?
Which
Did we get
boss?
I'll get to the bottom. I have a
name?
lot of connections and
Yeah,
I'll
so
get
there's
to the bottom.
sergeants, there's
It's
sergeants.
administrative
We're gonna
law
get
issue.
the
I'll get to the
name and
bottom.
we'll have them out.
You guys are
Everybody
harassing my
knows.
wife now.
Because
You
my
guys are
kid's
involved.
sick of it. He
I'm not
should
going
go
to let him
She
stay there.
called
That asshole's got
911.
his property up here. I don't do
Because
anything.
she's
You
trying
guys
to
can ride my
enforce a
dick
no
around.
contact order. You
He's
understand
up there
that?
saying that
putting
we
trees up,
respond-
putting Christmas
that we're
lights
harassing-
around.
this guy's
He's
a
over
psychotic.
there saying I'm
Okay?
trespassing. I'd never trespass. He
Shannon,
wrote a letter
Shannon,
saying that.
stop talking now. Let's just let it go. These guys aren't going to do anything for you. What's the new sheriff's name? I want to know his
I
name.
already know. I just
His
made an
name is
appointment. Derek
Sheriff
Sanders.
Sanders.
Okay, I'll talk to him tomorrow then.
Okay.
I'll talk to him tomorrow.
Goodbye.
Okay. So I just showed you a picture of a trailer in a trailer park. Remember, he said he knew who the boss was. He knew who he's going to talk to, and he was going to sue the sheriff's department. All right. Where's more? Don't worry. That was on the 16th. I'm trying to remember what day we saw we filmed the court case. I can't remember, but I think it was before this. So the judge did put in place that no contact order. But I can't see how they were contacted by him. The camera was there. The judge knew it was there. Judge didn't tell him he had to take down his camera. So I don't know. But they're yelling at the police, and now they're threatening to sue the police department, which they will. Because they sue everybody. I'm gonna try and see if I can get this lawsuit for you up. It is hilarious. They sued the school where their kids go. Let's see if I can get it. Nope, that's not it. Oh, if I can't get this, I'm gonna be so sad. Okay, I can't get it right now, but that doesn't mean I won't get it. Don't worry. I'm gonna play the next one a while. So, Oh, wait. I got an idea. Yeah. Just enjoy the peace and quiet. That's fine. They sued. Okay, so what happened was her son was going to school one day. This was in 2016 or 15. It's hard to tell because of the lawsuits go on forever. And he was riding a skateboard, but it wasn't a normal skateboard. It looked like a piece of plywood was attached to the top of the skateboard. So he's riding this skateboard towards other children who are going to school. So one of the teachers at the school tells him that he can't ride that on the sidewalk with the other children there. He has to pick it up. Well, Shannon was driving by in her car at that time, and she didn't like that someone spoke to her kid. So she starts yelling at this school lady right there. Well, then she calls the office, and she files a complaint about this teacher. The teacher also files a complaint with her superintendent and the police department about disorderly conduct around the children or something like that. Shannon's language and everything was inappropriate towards this teacher. She said nasty stuff to this teacher. So there was a court case. It went to court. The teacher would not let it go. She said no, she needs to be disciplined. She can't speak that way to school officials or anyone else for that matter, she said. It's because the superintendent wanted to know if Shannon apologized, would this teacher drop it? And the teacher was like, no, I won't drop it. What Shannon did was not okay. So they went to court, and criminal charges were pressed against Shannon, and she got, I think she was in when they arrested her on the warrant, she spent like 2 days in jail. So she got 90 days with 88 days suspended and a $250 fine and 20 hours of community service. So this was back in like 2016. Well, let's see. Let's go to the board meeting. If you remember from the first video, and the first video, I have that link in the description if you haven't seen it. It's the whole crazy court about her and this neighbor she calls the terrorist. So, if you remember in the first video, Shannon used to be on the board of the homeowners association at this place that they all live in. Okay? And she was voted off by a whole bunch of members. And then she sued them all. She sued all of her neighbors. Name after name after name after name was being sued, and still being sued to this day. It isn't stopping. Here's one of the board meetings after she was kicked out, and watch how she treats this one woman, especially when I can't see that the woman did anything wrong.
You cannot have the door locked and still be in there.
Oh, we're leaving.
You were in there a full, almost what, 5 minutes, if not longer? I'm glad you.
Yeah, they had to do it twice.
Matter, Pat. This is serious. Ow, Jesse, don't hit me. Oh my, what are you doing? You pushed me into this. I did not. Jesse, yes, you need to be careful. You just hold my arm. You bumped into me and I'm here on this step. You pushed me over. That's rude. I know that you're big, but you have to be careful of your space. We learned that in grammar school.
You pulling my arm like that.
No, Jesse, you pushed me coming out the door on purpose. You can see on camera you're coming toward me. Large woman, wait.
But wait, there's more. There's more coming, guys. She posted that herself online in a public group. She posted that with everything she said about that woman. She posted that. Okay. Anyway, now 2 days ago, people filed a complaint against her, and the police came out at night. And I do try to bump the audio up in these, but I think you can still hear it. I think you can still hear most of it. But here we go. Here's what happened when the police came out at night.
Sheriff's office.
Shannon.
Shannon, it's the sheriff's office. Thurston County Sheriff's Office, Shannon here.
Yep.
Hi, Shannon. I'm Deputy Burton Crowe, Thurston County Sheriff's Office. We are audio video recording. What can we do? What can we do for you today?
I have a restraining order as well as the kids from that person over there.
Okay.
We came home down the drive today down Green Ridge.
And that's me clicking the wrong one. There we go. There we go. Sorry. Your audio is fine. 4 days ago, not 2 days ago. Sorry. 2 days ago was their court case that I couldn't get because it was in Superior Court instead of District Court, and they don't live stream that.
Radio out of 5-2 and 4-2 are out.
Hell yeah.
It's gonna be that one.
It's going to be one of the huge
With the huge fence, yeah.
Cool.
That's fun. 305. Beware of dog. Perfect. Oh. Radio 5-2, copy plate.
She really doesn't like lights shined at her house, officer.
Boy Nora Boy 0722.
Hey, Sheriff's Office, can you come out to the gate, please? So we got a complaint that you were streaming.
Yes, I'm up this morning yelling at the dogs and I'm yelling at the kids about their mess. That's it.
We need to come down and make sure everybody's okay. You're being audio video recorded. We need to come down and make sure everybody's okay and nobody's beat up.
Great, here I am. I'm fine.
I know, but you got kids in the house. Can you please come unlock the...
Come outside.
That kind of defeats the purpose of not yelling.
Come outside. Everybody wants to see you. You gotta come out.
Lock her
You're
up.
really inappropriate, ma'am.
Guys, come outside.
You know how she said she's on the phone? Guys, she's on the phone to the police, calling the police on the police that are out in front of her house.
Come outside. Everybody thinks you're injured. Come up here.
We need you to come out here to the gate.
Come on. Can I get a shirt real quick?
Absolutely.
Yeah, you can do whatever you need.
Radio 5-2, do you have the female's name? Call her by her name.
Biatch. Will it work?
Hey, Shannon. Can you come up to the gate to make sure that you're mentally stable to watch kids?
Affirm. Is she clear?
I'm fine.
Well, we just
I
want to make
already
sure.
have my therapist. You guys are not mentally qualified. I can get up in the morning and I can have an outburst because things aren't right in my house.
Well, that's not what you're doing right now. Is not somebody who's mentally stable.
Well, you guys
I
are
need
not
the kids-
mental health
I need
professionals,
the
and I'm
kids to
mentally
come all the way to the
stable. Thank you.
I need the kids. Well, you're not. This is not normal behavior from a human being. So
It is normal
I'm gonna
behavior
have
for
the
a
kids come all the way to the
frustrated person.
gate.
You can ask the therapist.
Well, I don't trust your
Yeah.
therapist. If you think that's
Well,
normal
that's
behavior,
pretty silly, and you guys are out here harassing me now.
no, man. We're checking the kids.
So,
I need-
okay, you check the kids. They're right here.
They
I
need to
don't
come all
know
the way
how
to the
to
gate,
help
make
you
sure
check
there's no
them
bruises on them.
anymore. You're all right there. Oh, sorry, dear. Go up there.
So I had to blur the kids out so we couldn't see the kids because I'm professional. And you couldn't see. She just went, they're all right here, and slapped her kid by accident right in front of the police.
Take your tongue out, let 'em look down your throat. Okay, maybe it's be dramatic.
No, we're just. You're not mentally stable, man. We're worried about you. You're good, guys. You can go back inside your
I
room.
am mentally stable, but thanks for your concern.
You are not.
I am, and it's rude. You can't sit there and say that.
I just did.
Well, you know what? That's harassing.
Reese,
It's
we're out of
abuse a person. You don't get to sit there and call me names. Have you lost
I didn't
your
call you
mind?
names.
Yes, you did.
Your
You said
behavior.
I'm not being mentally stable.
Your
but yet
behavior
you
is not
haven't had
somebody
any
who's mentally stable.
analysis.
No. That's
Where
the
is
truth.
your mental health background check to actually give me that determination?
Been doing this for a while now, and
Where
normal.
is your medical degree to sit and tell
I
me
don't
that
need a
I'm not
medical
mentally
degree,
stable?
silly.
Where is your
I don't-
mentally?
I don't
what
need
was that
one.
you just said?
I don't need a mental health degree.
I don't need a mental health degree, silly.
Yeah.
I need to have someone come out here because I have these officers up here saying that I'm mentally not stable. None of them have a degree. This other one's telling me I don't
have a
need
degree,
a degree,
but-
silly.
degree?
5305.
He has a degree.
Not in mental health, that's not a
But he
degree.
has a degree.
I'm not mentally stable.
I
which
took a
is not
psychology
true.
class.
None of them have a mental health degree. I
What's
have
that?
a mental health professional. Just because I'm upset this morning, it's mine.
Mike O, he took a psychology class, so he's qualified, right?
Okay.
So.
Well, she's in luck because about an hour and a half. He'll be here.
All right, I just heard the police officer say on the radio at 5:44 in the morning. So that's when I think this is. I think this is at 5:44 in the morning. She's screaming at her kids.
I got nothing.
All right, ma'am. Is there anything we can do for you?
No, have a good day. Thanks.
Thank you. You have a great day.
Stable one.
Have a good day. Bye.
Okay. I have one more. It's just going to take me one more second to get it ready. There we go. It's ready. It's ready. Now, for this one, this was a couple years ago. And I don't know. This is hilarious. I think that actually, I don't know the date on this one. So I don't know if it was a couple years ago, but I think it is. I think it is a couple years ago, but I don't know when. But I tried to piece this together the best that I can, just so what happened with that court case doesn't happen. I tried to make it into a video. I didn't have a lot of time, so I did the best I could, but this is hilarious. This is hilarious. There we go. If we can get through this without it being too bungled. Hold on, here we go. Okay. Vote party for governor. She started a GoFundMe. CJ! CJ said earlier in the stream, for all of you who came in a little late, that she should run for president. Well, she didn't, but she did run for governor. Because we all know with $2,500, you can become governor of Washington. I want independence, so we'll be collecting funds through donations. A vote for me is a vote for positive mental health. I'm going to pause it here. I believe this is the cornerstone to our state's success, to the success of our next generation. Through all of the crisis of the last few years, our Washingtonian community has been forced to endure hardship, disease, and disorganization. A large portion of our population was forced to give up their jobs, security, and livelihood, all to be told 2 short years later, you can reapply for your life again with no, and I don't get that next word, but that's okay. It's fine. Hold on, it's changing. I shouldn't have paused it.
Sorry about the pauses.
Everyone has been touched by the drug crisis here in Washington, whether personally, with family, or forced to watch it unfold on our city streets and green space, like a bad Robin Hood movie. Before the pandemic, I stood with my friends and community against the homelessness and destruction of our state due to lack of enforcement and resources. It's turning. I've watched as the problem has soared out of control with no help for those so desperately in, I'm looking, need. I have reached for this help for myself and my family, only to have to figure out for myself to unpatch together resources, safety plan, and guidance all on my own. I went to the hospital last year, having been given strong conflicting medications on my own to manage. It didn't end well. Because I presented as so capable and strong, a role, ROLL. Oh, come on. A role I am used to filling. I was given meds and no proper support to go along with them. A band-aid that resulted in a suicide attempt. That attempt took me to the hospital where I was only a patient for 6 days. I went in and quickly discovered that the hospital night shift staff were not doing any of their duties, like rounding on suicide patients every 15 minutes, or anything for that matter. When I brought it to the head nurse's attention, she sat in her chair, looked right at me, and said it wasn't true. She had been there all night. When I said, no, that isn't true, you were not here, she told me I was delusional and needed medication. Luckily, I has picked up the workbook that staff should have given me and had started the work on my own. I had filed a complaint with a young kid behind the counter and made him give me a copy so the lady couldn't just throw it away. On July 5th, a woman came and took me to the office. She asked me to tell her my story. When I was done, she told me she believed me, and because of my actions, a new
Hi, Bill. Hi.
position would be created, Director of Patient Oversight. Now there would be a person to look out for patients, like it should have been all along. Those sweet souls in clinic with me deserve care, not neglect. When I left, I was offered a job when I was feeling better. Now, a year later, I am still standing, still wondering how we create a safe path to wellness. One not filled with heavy meds and neglect. I want to hit our mental health crisis head on and get Washingtonians out of crisis and back into life. Vote for me for change.
Hey, Bill. How much would it cost us? How much would it cost us all together to get you to wear those earrings every day on your stream? Every day. Like, no, you can't ever take them off. How much would we have to come up with? Cash money. Would we have to come up with for you to wear those earrings every day? I need to know. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, then you need to watch his last American Court's last stream to know what I'm talking about, because I think we'll pay it. All right, there is more. There is more crazy. I have an idea. I do. I have an idea. We should do something, guys. All of us, fibers. All right, now just hang with me for a second. It's sort of like King of the Hill, okay? The last man standing wins the prize, all right? We all get together and we all get together and we put our money in, all right? Since there's a bunch of us, we each only have to put in a little bit. And we buy a house at the shore. I don't care what shore. Doesn't matter what shore, okay? And we can all share that house and we can all be on the deed. I looked it up. You can have as many people on a deed as you want, okay? All right, just stay with me. Stay with me. So we all have this deed, okay? But only one of us can pass it on to our children. And that's the last person standing. So we all put our money into this one house and we all can use it. We can go on vacations there. We can meet each other there. We can have Viber conventions there, you know? But as each of us die, which we all are going to die, boom, they're out. They lose the house for their children. And they lose the house for their children. And they lose the house for their children. And as long as Jazzy doesn't join in, because she's really young, the last person standing, living, gets to keep the house for their children. Come on, think about it. Just think about it and let me know. Okay. I'm going to take the comments off the screen for this next one. I'm not going to post any comments on screen because in case anybody else, any other channels wants to use this last part for their stream, I want to clear it. So I'm going to take me off the screen too. All right, let's go. Let's go back to this. Here we go. I don't know. She still wants to be governor. But the world we live in today, it's possible. It's just possible that she could get the job. Oh. I don't know what happened 2 days ago in court, so if anybody knows, let me know. Oh, by the way, when she was sued, when she was sued when she sued the school, and then she got criminal charges brought against her in return, her lawsuit was dismissed. She sued a whole bunch of them, and it was just dismissed. Lack of foundation or something like that. I can't remember the legal term, but this woman is crazy. I'm gonna get sued now. I don't care. It's fine. I didn't care. And this is from today. Oh, I guess I need to get it. I thought I automatically was going to play it and I didn't. Let's just go. Let's just look real quick and see if we can find it, since I'm not good at this site. So no, I think it's gone now, guys. Sorry, she took it down. I guess the last time I checked, she's not governor. So that happened. All right, this is today. This happened just a couple hours ago.
Directed to me and only me. Don't look at the other person and take shots at them, as sometimes happens in court. Even after I give that warning, you're going to hear things you don't like. You're going to hear things you disagree with. You're going to hear things you might think are wrong. But it's up to me to decide one way or the other whether or not an order is going to be entered or not. And so don't talk over the other person. Don't interrupt the other person. Don't interrupt me. And because I may have some questions for one or maybe both of you. And that's how we're going to proceed here this morning. So we're going to start with Mr. Eden. Why don't you come on up and take one table? Ms. Pardee, you can come up and take the others. So this comes on, this case is pretty familiar to me. I'm sure at this point, I'm pretty familiar to both of you. There are orders currently in place going both ways. And Mr. Eden has asked for a modification on his order. And so Mr. Eden, could you raise your right hand, please? You swear and affirm the information and testimony you provide will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, I do, Your Honor.
You can put your hand down. Give me just a second. So what is it? Well, first, my first question is, did you write this petition out yourself?
Do I
The
write this?
handwriting, the handwritten thing. What's that? I'm
I
sorry.
had help.
I mean, who wrote
poor
that?
penmanship. My mother.
And there's a case, if I'm reading the docket correctly, there's a case set for trial here on the day after tomorrow. Is that accurate?
It's right here, Your Honor. Right.
Um,
I wasn't able to submit it in my declaration because it came later.
no, I'm aware. So what change are you asking for?
I basically just wanted how it was that, she can't film me. And that was left out when we went back to court the last time. That didn't get put in there. And that's all I have, simply do not film my property or me anymore. And that's why she's getting in trouble Wednesday, Thursday for breaking the filming and posting.
Well, I mean, that's not, that hasn't been decided yet.
Right. Okay, you're right.
And ma'am, if memory serves, Ms. Pardee, could you raise your right hand, please? You swear and affirm the information you provide will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you can put your hand down. And my recollection is you've been before the court on a adjustment to this order as well, if my memory right. Is that accurate?
Yes, sir.
And then tell me what that was about.
That involved the children and I.
Okay,
He has cameras on the fence that are at the side of his property directly across from my driveway.
okay.
And they face the front of my house, the kids' rooms, and our backyard.
And then how did that, what changed?
Well, he turns them on when the police leave and then turns them off when they come. But, and then they turn the spotlight off. He had a spotlight at our driveway with a blue light, and that was in my face, and another bright light and another spotlight. There were like 5 or 6 spotlights at the time.
So what's your response to his request to adjust the no contact order?
There isn't anything any different than there has been from the very beginning when I opened my sniff spot. Those cameras have been there for years. This isn't anything new.
Are those cameras, they go onto his property or just yours?
Just the right of way. I can't even see his home, and they're at the side. His driveway is clear around the corner and in the front. I don't even have a camera there.
Okay. Mr. Eden? Any response?
I mean, the pictures that she's posting on her social media sites show my property from her cameras. There's 5 of them viewing my property. I mean, this is why we're here. I mean, if she's not filming it, how's she posting pictures of it?
Ms. Pardee, I'll hear from you.
There's no pictures of his property. He's not even showing any today that I'm taking any of his property. I'm not. The cameras are not on his property. I have a caregiver here. She can testify. She sees those cameras every day.
Okay, so give me just a second. How long was these no contact orders in place?
They've been for a couple of years.
No, I know. I know. I mean, going forward.
2 more years.
And this involves children, Your Honor.
I know, ma'am, but that's not what we're about. We're about here. I see.
It's just for my safety, Your Honor. That's it.
You know, here's the thing here, Mr. Eden, Ms. Pardee. Yeah, let me look at the original order here.
Were you able to get her last declaration that she just submitted a few days ago?
Well, it was written, it was submitted on the 5th. I probably didn't read it.
I would like for you to read that if you do have it.
Hers?
Yes.
No. So the order that I entered was a while ago. And there are orders both ways. And then it looks like Judge Buckley entered new orders in February of 2025, just a couple of months ago, also going both ways. Is that correct?
Well,
Is it next for 2 years? That's what.
yes.
For 2 years, correct.
Okay, 2 years. Hang on just a minute, please. 2 years from February of 2025. So these orders are in place through February of 2027. Correct? You agree? Okay, thank you. And these cameras have been in place. So when did, okay, give me just a second. I see. So it looks like the orders I did were back on December of 2023. So I did orders in December of 2023. Then Judge Buckley extended, looks like he extended those in 2025. I see. Go back and look at that original order. What I put. Okay, so here's what's going to happen today. I'm not sure what the order going is a protected party. Can you do an order? So on the order that I did, I said that there's no stalking behavior, and then Judge Buckley, for whatever reason, didn't check that box. I'm going to recheck that box, which means you're not to engage in stalking behavior, and then which means you can't, follow him around and film him with the camera and things like this. Yes, you can have cameras up there that for your own property, but and if you feel like that's violated, you need to report that to the prosecutor's office. But that's what's going to happen today. It's going to be similar to the original order that I entered back in 2023.
I understand, Your Honor.
Okay. Okay,
You
yeah.
want a full one?
No. Okay, okay.
John, for
Yes.
clarification, that goes both ways, right? So if
But
Mr.
that, well, no,
Eaton's-
this is just the one. I think that was,
I already have one, but.
yeah. And so
Yeah.
what his order, he's only here on behalf of,
But I mean, all the times he's videoing me with his phone that I'm logging in, I
Okay.
should actually be reporting that to the police, not just making
I
a
mean,
log.
you can, again, I can't, and I'm not going to tell you what to do or how to conduct yourselves out there. I
Uh-huh.
think given the history, I don't think either one of you are too willing to take my advice, but, I mean, this has gone on for years. And I'm not going to be telling either one of you what to do, other than you maybe look inward between the both of you and figure out how the way you can get along with your next door neighbor. And I don't want to hear, or you shouldn't be thinking, well, gosh, it's not me, it's her. No, it's not me, it's him. I mean, I think a little self-reflection could go on in both parties. And you, if you're going to file anything further, you need to write it. You're old enough that we see good. I have terrible handwriting, but you need to write your own petitions.
Okay.
I think you're old enough to do stuff without your mother.
Yes.
Give me just a minute.
Can I say one thing before we're done?
Is it going to
It'll be
be
quick.
productive?
Well, I think so. And the latest declaration, I'm sure you'll get the last one she just submitted to the courts. It says that I've been calling her names and trying to interact.
Okay, so
with
that's
her.
not, again, that's exactly what I don't want.
Oh, it was just
A
a violation.
That, you know what, then you need to report that to the prosecutor's office and let them handle it.
Okay.
I'm not, the only thing I'm here to decide is whether to grant your adjustment, and the minor adjustment I am making is we'll do. This order was entered on.
Oh, Judge Meyer, I have a question
Yes,
procedurally. Since I'm representing myself in court and we're litigating a land use issue and that is in the right of way and that is what we're litigating, those videos are of that area.
okay.
If
So
I have to
ma'am,
represent myself, how
Okay,
do I
okay.
get that evidence?
I don't, I can't give you advice on that. I can't give advice either. I can't tell you how to run your case. And I just can't do that. I mean, you don't want me telling him what to do, and I'm not gonna do that.
I just
and
want
can't
it
tell you
noted
what
that
to
I
do
do
that.
have to run my
And
own case.
Okay, thank
Okay,
you. And that,
thank you.
if it's a land use case, that'll be in Superior Court, which is not
Yeah.
even this court, but I can't comment on that.
Okay, no, of course not. I just wanted to make it noted that that is what we're doing and that is the crossover. Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Okay, let's see. No. My computer's slow.
It's probably hot in here.
Why is this document on the thing? It should be 29, right? Yeah. Just gonna say protection order entered on on 2/3/25, expires on 2/3/27. You say that respondent, that's you, ma'am, as party, shall not engage in stalking behavior as defined in RCW 9A 9120. Which includes keep under physical or electronic surveillance, cyber harass, or use phone or video to record, photograph, or track locations of communication, which basically is, not on his property. Don't be filming him on his property. That's it for today. If you guys want copies of this, we'll make them for you.
Yes. Your Honor, please.
Ma'am, do you want a copy of this? I saw your husband come back in here. Do you have it? Yeah, come on up. We'll take you next.
Okay, I know. Yes, he does. He does stream, guys. Bill, you're 100% right. Look, this is him. We've all seen him before. All of us.
Judge Buckley's incredibly innovative. As a former captain in the Army,
we know
he
him.
Knew that veterans.
Oh God, I think I can get it. I think I can get this whatever is happening in 2 days. I think I can. I think I can. I think I can. Maybe. I did promise YouTube judges this week. It was hard for me. It really is hard for me. Like, I had to stop myself from getting any content this week, because I know if I record, I'm just going to play it. And because I can't, I'm all for instant gratification, not saving it up for later kind of thing. That's just not me. So, all right. It feels like we just did a marathon. It feels like this was a 7-hour stream. Whew, so much happened. I don't even know what to say. I don't even know where we go from here. But I didn't set up OJ because I was too involved in this. All right. I guess I should do this too. Let's see. Here we go. Elanus took the crown. Fozzie said he wasn't even trying because he wasn't really trying. That's what happens when you don't try. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. It was that one membership that did it. Ah, Fozzie likes Veterans Court. All right. What? It changed? Hold on. I have to see if it changed. Nope, you're still number 2. Wait. That's right. You did go down. Look at that. All these people. Oh, no. She's number 1. These 2 came in number 2. And number 3 is shared by a lot of y'all. No, I'm not. Guys, thank you so much for joining me for today. Whew, this was a wicked, wicked one. See why I said I couldn't just summarize? It would have taken me just as long to summarize everything that has happened up till now than it was for me to just play it. And it wouldn't have been as good. Fozzie, I apologize that I read a whole bunch of stuff today. I know. I understand. Security, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Fozzie. I don't know if it worked. Did it work? All right, guys. I'm going to set the OJ up and thank you. And then I'll post it. It's not going to automatically click over unless I can get it set up in the amount of time the outro plays, which I think I can. So it might kick you over. Thanks, guys. See you later.
Got these life echoes, digital dreams. Through the screen, her blue eyes gleam. Wicked humor, sharp as a knife. Her stream sparks electric light. Late night when the world sleeps, she's the friend that always keeps. Giggles roll like thunder loud. She stands out in any crowd. Kathy's laugh cuts through the gloom. Eyes blue like a summer's bloom. Her humor dark and twisted charm. In a way, there's no alarm. Streaming tales late into the night. Her laughter feels just right. Even when my world turns gray, with a giggle, she lights the way. Her eyes near a sky so blue. In her jokes, there's a truth so true. With each stream, she brings the light. Turns dark days into bright. Kathy's laugh cuts through the gloom. Eyes blue like a summer's bloom. Her humor, dark and twisted charm. In a way, there's no alarm. Streaming tales late into the night. Her laughter feels just right. Even when my world turns gray, with a giggle, she lights the way. Kathy's laugh cuts through the gloom. Eyes blue like a summer's bloom. Her humor, dark and twisted charm. In a way, there's no